My fellow traveler on this beautiful and painful journey called life, how are you today? How is your heart? To begin our affirmation audio journey today, I invite you to close your eyes and place both your hands on your heart. This may feel strange, uncomfortable, or awkward if you aren't used to showing yourself physical affection in this way. But it's never too late to start showing yourself that you care. So place your hands on your heart to remind yourself that you care about you, and that this time now is purely for you and your healing. And I'd like us to take some deep breaths here. I'd like us to take some deep breaths from this heart space. Imagine breathing into your heart the love and light of the universe. And breathe out of your heart any and all discomfort that you may have been carrying with you the past few days. Breathe in the universe through your heart, and breathe out what no longer serves you. Breathe in light and love. Breathe out all darkness and all fear. Feel your heart, your soul, your mind and your body start to soften and relax. This is your time now, an hour especially for you. It's okay to let go of everything else in order to fully focus on yourself. That's not selfish. That's called self-love. And it's the most powerful tool to transform your whole life. Today's affirmation audio journey is to acknowledge and connect with the inner child that lives within us. We all have an inner child that lives within us. We all have an inner child. It's the part of ourselves that experienced pain or suffering in our childhood. The part of ourselves that didn't feel safe enough to grow up. The most fragile, tender, and sensitive part of ourselves that scares easily. The part of us that fears change, loss, difficult emotions, or being truly vulnerable. It's the part of us that longs to feel truly safe and secure. The part of us that craves affirmation and approval from others. The part of us that longs for assurance, to simply hear someone say, everything is going to be okay. Your inner child is the most beautiful and innocent part of who you are. And they long for you to remember that they're there, living inside of you. We're so busy being adults, running around trying to keep up with our continually busy lives, that we forget our inner child. We forget we have an inner child that lives within us. An inner child that longs to be seen, to be heard, and to receive what they need in order to thrive. We forget. And as a consequence, our inner child can feel ignored, neglected, and abandoned. Our inner child can get angry, frustrated, despondent, resentful, and start doing whatever they can to get our attention. And so today, we will give our inner child the attention they so desperately long for. Today's affirmation audio journey will be a guided meditation, a visualization. We're going to go on a journey to visit that tender, wounded, and most delicate part of ourselves, to assure that part of us that we know they're there. So if you haven't closed your eyes, then I invite you to close them now. I'd like you to imagine yourself standing at the edge of a forest. The trees are tall, their branches so thick and full of leaves that the ground below is shrouded in darkness. You stand by the edge of this thick forest, bathed in sunlight. And as much as the sun is trying to peek through the trees to illuminate the way inside the forest, it struggles to shine its light that deep. In front of you, there's a path leading into the heart of this dark forest. It's not too dark for you to see. And so I ask you now to start walking the path and heading into the heart of the forest. As you start walking, your eyes quickly adjust to the light or lack of. It simply feels like you're walking in a perpetual state of dusk. It feels safe here in the forest, like a cocoon. The trees may be tall and looming overhead, but you know you're safe here. You see squirrels playing nearby, chasing each other around trees. You see birds perched on branches, cleaning their feathers and singing their beautiful songs. It's so peaceful here. And it's as if, as you walk further on the path, deeper into the forest, that the world gets further and further away. Like the whole world has ceased to exist. It's just you, peacefulness, and the forest. Nothing else. As you continue walking, you notice a figure up ahead. There's someone sitting on an old fallen tree. And as you walk closer to the figure, you can see this person is very young, as their feet can't reach the ground from where they're sitting perched on the old tree. They're looking down at the ground so they don't notice you approach. And as you walk even closer, you realize that this child sitting on the fallen tree is you, a younger version of yourself. So how old is this younger version of you? Think to a time in your childhood when you felt unhappy or lonely or bullied or ignored, and see that version of yourself now sitting on the tree ahead of you. Try not to overthink it. Just trust the first version of yourself that you see there is the version of yourself that needs your acknowledgement right now. Remember, there's no wrong or right way of doing this. Trust yourself. You can trust yourself. Just remember a moment in time when you were young and hurting deep inside, and see that version of yourself right now in front of you, sitting on that fallen tree. And as you watch them, they look up and notice you're there. They aren't surprised to see you. They aren't happy to see you or sad to see you. It seems as though they feel nothing at all. That younger version of yourself simply looks up, sees that you're there, and looks back down at the ground again. That part of yourself seems so alone and so disconnected. Sitting here all by themselves in this dark forest, separated from the rest of the world. This is your opportunity. This is the time. This is the time to reconnect to that part of yourself. To remember this beautiful, fragile, and wounded younger version of you. So go over to them now and sit next to them. And gently reach over and place your hand on theirs. In fact, I want you to do this now. I want you to feel what it feels like to reach over to that younger version of yourself and show them your love and support. So I'd like you to rest one hand on your thigh and simply reach over with your other hand and place it on top of that hand. Interlock your fingers and imagine this is you holding, soothing, and assuring your younger self that you're there and that they are not alone. Our inner healing doesn't come from a place outside of us. Our inner healing comes from us, from inside of us. We are all we need to heal ourselves. Sometimes all it takes to heal our deepest wounds is to acknowledge the beautiful, fragile child that got lost inside of us. It's not about fixing anything. It's not about changing the past. It's just about holding space for how your inner child feels. Giving that part of yourself the recognition and the love that they need in order to process their pain and let it go. Your inner child just wants a relationship with you. Your inner child just wants to know that you're there to love and protect them, to hold space for them to feel whatever they need to feel. We should never be too busy with our lives that we neglect that part of ourselves. So now is your chance. This is your opportunity. Sitting here in this forest with no one else around. Just you and that younger part of yourself that still feels the pain of so long ago. I'd like you to start talking to your inner child sitting next to you. Apologize for neglecting that part of you for so long. Tell them that you're here now and that you'll never ignore or abandon them again. That from this moment on, you will start to build a relationship with that younger version of yourself. You will tap in each and every day to find out how they are feeling and what they need. You will make sure they feel seen and heard and held and supported from this day onwards. Tell them it's safe to trust you and that you will never ever forget them again. I'll leave you in quiet now to say what you need to say to that sweet, wounded part of yourself. Just tune into your heart and speak from there. And if no words come, that's okay. Just sit there and hold their hand. Just knowing you're there, that you remember them, and that they are no longer alone is enough. You might notice that your inner child's demeanor has now changed. That they are no longer looking down at the ground, forlorn and disconnected. In fact, your inner child is now looking up, holding their head high with a secure, content, and peaceful smile on their face. They are already feeling healed because of everything you said, or everything you didn't say in words, but in feelings that they felt. You gave your inner child exactly what they needed, what they've been waiting so long to hear. Your acknowledgement that they exist. This younger version is part of you, within you, inside your heart. You can tune in and feel the way they feel whenever you want to. All you need do is tune into your heart. And if they need to feel your love, all you need do is place your hands on your heart and hold your inner child. Hold yourself. When you are connected to that part of yourself, you both feel safe, secure, and at peace because you have each other. You are each other. And you need each other in order to live your happiest life. Partnering up with your inner child is how you heal. So now I'd like you to take a moment and give your inner child some space to talk to you, to tell you how they're feeling and what they need going forward. Perhaps they long for more time to play with you. Your inner child is the one that carries all of your creativity, your innocence, your joy, and your playfulness. So if you neglect your inner child, then you neglect all the most wonderful and beautiful parts of yourself. So now let's simply sit and listen. Allow your inner child to say whatever they want without fear of judgment or belittling or being ignored. Tune into your heart space where this innocent, childlike part of you resides and hear what they have to say. As you sit there together, connecting with each other, bonding to each other, the sun has somehow managed to find its way through the branches of the trees and basks you both in its divine and all-encompassing warm and nurturing light. Feel the warmth now on your skin. Feel your whole body tingle as you're bathed in bright, powerful, beautiful light. And turn to face your inner child. Look deep into their eyes to see your own soul. And smile at yourself and your newfound connection. And see your inner child smile back at you. See in the sparkle in their eyes that their joy has returned. The mischief, the playfulness, the innocence and the joy are coming back to life. And now wrap your arms around this innocent, young version of yourself and give them a hug. Embrace this part of you. Embrace your inner child with every fiber of your being. Hug and hold them with all of your love. Hug and hold yourself. Right now, wrap your arms around yourself and hold yourself tightly with as much love as you would a small, scared, and innocent child. Because that is part of who you are. And that part of yourself needs to be held, to be seen, to be heard, and to be looked after. As you sit on this tree in the middle of the forest, bathed in sunlight, holding this younger version of you, I want you to feel them dissolve back into your heart, into your soul, into your body. Feel them fully immerse themselves inside of you, a sacred union between you and your inner child. And know in this very moment, that part of yourself will never feel alone again. Because that part of yourself doesn't need anything as much as they needed you. And they have you now. You have you now. And you will never let yourself go. And now it's time to stand up and start walking back on the path, back to the real world. And as you walk, know now that each and every day from this moment forward, you will make space for your inner child to play, to create, to be silly and be joyful, and to feel sad and scared and angry and overwhelmed. From now on, you give your inner child permission to be free and to feel everything. And as you come back to the real world, remember to paint, draw, dance in the rain, eat an ice cream in winter, have a pillow fight, roll around on the floor with your pet, take up a new hobby, learn to salsa, roast marshmallows, and bake cakes, licking the spoon and covering your face in deliciousness. The possibilities are endless. Each one, no matter how small or how big and how out of your comfort zone, is a gift to yourself. A reminder to your inner child that you see them and you want them to be happy. And now, in this moment, back in reality, back in your body, feel the wholeness deep within yourself, like you finally merged all your parts together to fit perfectly. Like the hole inside yourself, where you felt something was missing, now feels whole, full, and complete. From now on, your adult self and your inner child will work together, and you will live greatly and beautifully and harmoniously as one. You will begin to heal, and your life will become more and more and more beautiful.